Are we rolling? I think so. Howdy. I've never done this before. Actually, that's a lie. I've never used this mic before. Hopefully it's fine. But anyway, welcome to this video. I've been wanting to get more into reading this year for 2025. So I wanted to kind of change up my space a little bit. But I also want to talk about some of my 2025 aspirations, goals, things to accomplish. For 2025, here are my aspirations, as I so called it. New year, new me. Not necessarily a new me, but a more improved self, which I think we can all relate to. Because you're not really looking to change yourself entirely, maybe unless you're like running away from an ex. But let's get into it. So for 2025, these are in no specific order, by the way. Number 1, hydrate. Drink more water. Drink more H2O. I'm a very dry boy. I do not drink enough water. I need to drink more water. I need to intake more liquids. Number 2, stream a little more often, which I kind of haven't been doing. I like to stream art, video games, co-working streams. I consider myself a variety streamer, but I haven't been doing a lot of any of that lately. I've mostly been just playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3, so there's that. Number 3, continue to save money, which I was doing very well, let me just say, but that's not really happening as of right now because I was let go from my job. So, yeah. Number 4, read more books, which is why I'm making this book nook today. I am not really one to read. I don't consider myself a reader by any means, but I have all of these books that are just collecting dust on the shelves. So why not become a book girly this year? So what I'm trying to do is not buy more books. So I guess the rule of thumb, I could go one of 2 ways. 1, I finish a book, therefore I can buy a new book. Maybe not the best. The second option is to just finish all of the books that are on my list for this year, and then I can buy more books. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. So, number 5, crochet more. Well, yeah, crochet more. I like crocheting. I learned how to knit from my grandma, and I used to knit a little bit years ago, but then I got into crocheting. Thank you, Cheyenne Barton. But yeah, I saw this person online. Hold on, let me see. Their name on Instagram is Sweetly Stitches. I believe they came up with this idea. So anytime you finish a book, you kind of gather the main colors of that book jacket, of the book cover, and you crochet a granny square, or I guess you could do whatever you want, but I'm going to be doing granny square. I have all of this yarn that isn't that great textural wise because it's like pure cotton, so it's kind of rough. I'm not going to be doing a blanket, but what I do want to do is create almost, think of like a macrame, just like a strip for the year. So whatever book, I'm just going to attach it and go down, and then I'm going to do that for the next year, etc. Until I just see like, oh, I can see I read 10 books that year. I read 20 books that year. 20 is a lot. And I can see the different colors, and then it's just going to like keep adding So it's gonna look kind of like a blanket, like a tapestry. So that's something I want to get into. Number 6, find a new job, which is hilarious because I was fired from my job. I don't want to get into it too much, but yeah, how unlucky for me. So not doing the barista life anymore, not flirting with the customers, not standing there confused by what a customer's requesting. But it feels good to not be doing anything, to be honest. I feel like I was running myself ragged. Yeah, not the life for me anymore. Could I pursue another barista position? Sure, but I don't think that's what I'm looking for right now. But I guess the universe really called to me and was like, hey, knock, knock, knock. You are actually not going to work at all for most of January. Possibly not all of February. We'll see. I obviously am looking for jobs. But yeah, it's kind of nice just chilling and vibing. So wish me luck in that department. Number 7, go on more walks. I don't consider myself necessarily a person who exercises a lot, works out. I'm not like a health nut or anything, but I did like to take walks in the warmer weather, in the nicer weather of spring, summer, early fall. So I do want to get back into just taking myself on a walk. A lot of self dates, just being by myself, being with nature, that whole shebang. Number 8 is to learn and to utilize my gouache paints more. So I do have a lot of gouache paints and I want to get more of like varying colors because I'm not one to understand how mixing paint colors work. So I want to kind of understand that a little more for this year. I have these boards. Let me get them. I have these that I have sanded down in 2020. And I think I sprayed them with a coating. I also have this kind of board. So there's that. Number 9, exercise and or go to the gym. That's something I can definitely do now that I have so much free time not being employed. But it's really hard to take myself to the gym. Just for motivation reasons, or lack of motivation reasons, I guess. It's time and energy that I don't really want to put into myself at this time because I am trying to work on more creative projects, stream, I have to look for jobs, so my attention is elsewhere. But I think it would be good mentally and obviously physically to take myself to the gym. And finally, number 10, which is continue to sketch, journal, doodle, etc. So like basically continue being creative every day, which I've been pretty good at. I like to take myself to a cafe, or even if I'm like chilling at home, I like to doodle in my sketchbook. I try not to take it too seriously because it's literally just that. It's sketching, it's doodling. Those are my 10 aspirations / goals of 2025. Okay, so something that I was doing last year, which I want to continue doing this year, a little more even, is a commonplace notebook, commonplace journal, field notes, companion notebook, whatever you want to call it. So I have one here. Isn't she a beauty? Hello. It's kind of ugly looking because I didn't really care in how I was writing it, but anyway. So I'm sure you've heard of these, especially last year. They kind of got a little more popular in 2024, or at least that's when I started seeing videos about them. But I did have these technically in 2023. I just never utilized them because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them. But I love them because they're small. I can carry them with me. This one's a little tattered because I would put it in like my apron when I had a job. I put it in my coat pocket, so I need to kind of put maybe some tape or like cover it up somehow just to make it a little bit more resilient. But I love using these to write down random quotes that I find interesting, useful, inspiring, bits and bobs of information that I've picked up from somewhere, maybe comic strip ideas, things that, you know, tickle me a little bit. For example, something I wrote down that really resonated with me was a lyric from Imogen Heap's song, The Listening Chair. Make love, make money, make a difference. So I really liked that line, and that's something that I wrote in the commonplace notebook that I have. Stuff like that. I wrote down when I did a card pull from my oracle deck, from my tarot deck. I wrote down notes of runic stone meanings. Here's another quote: being you is more than enough. As corny as that is, but I think it's important to remember. So I jotted it down, and I want to continue with this notebook throughout the year. And then I think I have it like written in my notes here in my document that I want to revisit this toward the end of the year, or half the year, end of the year, and see like how far I've come with it. Maybe pick out some really interesting things that I can share with you. So yeah, if you are looking to maybe start something like this, I highly advise it. If you're maybe someone who forgets things a lot, writing them down is very good. Writing things down, like with your hand, like writing in a journal versus typing it, is best for memorization. So yeah, look into that if you want to revisit some cool little quotes and interesting things that you found throughout the year. All right, so for the main topic of this video is technically a little book nook that I created for myself. And you'll be seeing cleaning and purging some stuff, you know, vacuuming, moving some things around so that I could fit my chair into this corner. Very excited for it because, like I said, I wanted to do some more reading, and I wanted a designated spot in my room where I could read. I could technically read in my bed, but I'm trying to keep my bed strictly for sleeping, lounging in a way that is turning off my brain. And then I have my desk, which is obviously for more artistic endeavors, watching videos, working on stuff, streaming, etc. But I want to pose the question, what makes a space cozy? And I think it has a lot to do with colors, textures, you know, how it makes you feel in the space. Usually, now this is me personally, I like warm tones, warm colors, things that are soft, having something that you can either hold or cuddle with. So like I have this silly little pillow. I have this little guy. I have my little Jigglypuff that I keep in the chair. Try not to disturb her because she is sleeping. So she stays there until I start reading, and then I just move her to another spot. Blankets are really good for being cozy. Not so great in the warmer weather. Even hotter weather, because why would you put on a blanket when it's really hot? I don't know. I think it's also the feeling of being like cuddled into a certain place, which is why I made this space into a corner, because it feels like I'm being like surrounded, like I'm being cocooned almost. I think that's another good word to utilize, to vibe with. Cocoon. Being surrounded by things that make you feel good, that make you feel relaxed, that calm you, but also stimulate your brain, not in a way that's going to make you energized, but stimulate your sensations and your brain in a way that... Do you know what I'm saying? So one thing I wanted in my cozy little book nook space is obviously something to sit in, something to lounge in. And so I had gotten this like beanbag chair around Christmas time, I think a little after Christmas. As kind of like a gift to myself. I was sitting by the fireplace a lot, reading my book. It was great. But I moved it up here because we're probably not going to do any more fires as the weather gets warmer throughout the year. But I added a blanket, one of my favorites. It's soft. It has that kind of, is that microfiber? I don't know what you call it, but it has like that one really soft short hair texture on one side, and then it has the fleece on the other side, on the reverse. And this one is a little bit like autumn inspired because it has like that nice cream color, and it has an orange embellishment in that pattern. I love cuddling up with it when I'm chilling. Yeah, very cozy for me. I also have in the corner over here that you can't see, but you'll probably see in the footage, is a little table or a little stool that I have that I kind of turn into like a little table so I can put candles or tea or like a coffee, some sort of beverage. And then on the other side here, I have a little 3-tiered cart that I have the main books that I want to read. Up here are all the books that I have already completed, but every book under here that you can't see, those are books that I have yet to read. And I will make another video about those books that I'm excited to read for this year. I already had this kind of brown pleather, this beautiful thing. I think you can sit on it, which I am. I think you can also maybe put stuff on it. I maybe wouldn't put drinks because it's kind of got like a nice squishy like seat. I put it in front of my beanbag chair so I can prop my feet up. It is a little high. I feel like my feet are like way up here. But it is what it is. And I'm not going to go out and buy new things when I already have stuff here at home. So, which is why the place isn't super dressed up, but I'm making do. I also want to maybe get some fairy lights. I just don't have it done now. This is just like the only time that I have to really like chat with you about what I did. As well, I do have some pictures that I want to hang up. I have this one, which I got in 2020 that I really like. So it has like the moon and the phases of the moon. I think I might put it up on the light wall and on this darker wall. It could look good here, like obviously. That's cool, it really pops. But let me show you the other ones. I also have this picture, which I love. These oranges. I'm obsessed with oranges. I love the taste of oranges. I love a good orange fruit. And in the past, when I was streaming, I was like, that was kind of like my theme. I was like obsessed with oranges. But anyway, this is from _Lunaloo. It's Lunaloo on Instagram and other places. I love her and I love this art. So thank you. And I also have this heavier photo, this heavier picture from when my grandma passed. So my parents and their siblings, so like my aunts and all that, they were going through her stuff to sort it out, see who gets what, etc. And the grandkids got to pick out some things that they wanted to keep. So I really liked this picture. It's a little dusty because I was supposed to hang it up a while ago, but I never did because it's kind of heavy and I didn't know where to put it, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I really like these beautifully painted flowers. So I'm thinking of putting that maybe on this wall. It could also be good here. Maybe I'll put it like by my door. I don't know. But yeah. So I'm excited to hang those up. I just haven't yet because, like I said, I wanted to record this while I have the alone time, while my parents are gone and away at work or whatever, because I do still live at home. Anyway, yeah, I think that's gonna do it for now. If there's anything else, I'll just add it in later. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you also find a space that you can make your own for whatever goals, motivations, aspirations, inspirations that you have. And I hope you have a lovely 2025. I wish you all the best. And thank you so much for making it through this video, and I'll see you next time.